Hi, Pat Doherty here in beautiful Bradenton, Florida at IMG Academy Voluntary Tennis. 10-year-old Sandy here I work with on a regular basis, and today we're going to show you a little bit of how we work on her volley. It's interesting, I hear a lot of complaints across the industry today about the kids lacking that tendency to want to come into net. But I also find that the fundamental of how they hold the grip on the volley is one of the most poorly policed fundamentals that I see today. A lot of kids who got used to hitting swinging volleys all the time think they can go ahead and get inside the service line and keep that forehand grip. They end up with a lot of swinging going on and very little feel for the volley. What you need to remember is that same full continental grip with the heel on top works fabulously for the volley. It puts your wrist in a position that really supports the racket head, and that means you don't have to swing, swing, swing all the time. What I've told Sandy is, imagine there's a glass wall right here about a foot or so in front of you, and you're going to meet everything on that wall no matter what height it is. Now, I've got 4 targets lined up here. Here's how we start working on the volley. I want her to drop volley first, because again, I want to get rid of that tendency to swing at it. I want her to absorb the ball, stay in that strong position, learn how to take it in like a shock absorber and not push at it. So we start with this depth. Once she gets a very good example of controlling the drop volley, we'll add a little firmness to it without any more swing to send it here, and we progressively move our way back to where she's hitting at baseline depth. So we're working on target number 1 now, nice and soft off the racket face, keeping the elbows in front of her body. See, very soft hands doing it this way. One of the things I like to emphasize on the volley too is don't let your elbow react by going backwards. Always react going forward to meet the ball, and you'll rarely get late on a volley. Again, a great volleyer needs to have the capability of being a threat to drop volley at any time too. Okay, let's move it to service line depth now. She really has a great sense of controlling the depth on these balls, and notice there's very little activity in the head. The racket head sits up high, which is a characteristic of that grip being on target. Look, she just hit the 2 cones now. Let's go to the 3rd depth. So now she's just firming it up and all the way back to the baseline. Again, there's still not a lot of swing in this if you notice, but plenty of stick on it for the hard passing shot that's providing all that power to be able to do the bulk of the work. The passing shot's providing you power. You don't need to come back with a swing. You just need to be solid and catch it at the right moment, right out in front, and be ready for that impact on your racket face. Now, there are times where there's a floating ball that you want to be able to put away. So often I see players load up this way with the butt end pointing at the ground and try to attack that ball and put it away this way. As soon as that racket face runs into the ball, the handle goes like this, and it's one of those embarrassing results that the ball goes all the way to the fence in a fly. No better way to blow your confidence in the middle of a match than to have that happen to you. What I've shown Sandy how to do is how to load the racket head to start angling the butt end up. And what we can do from this position is get a lot of leverage out of the racket head, and in this downward action like that, I can put that pop on the ball that I want to be able to put a ball away with. And notice she'll attack this with her footwork. And very good control on that. Come to it. So she's using her footwork to attack this ball too. And notice they're coming down right inside the baseline. So again, when you do have a floater, you can attack it this way. Beautiful. Pretty easy to work on and develop. Very nice. So work on that. It's important to tone out and learn how to block volley properly by keeping it in front of you. Work on your drop volleys to be able to control the depth and be a threat to hit short at any time. But when you need to stick it, you don't want to go into big swings on that. Only when the passing shot doesn't provide any power is when you go ahead and add that butt end angling up a little bit, and you'll learn to control those balls much better. Work on it. See you next time.